What is up, everybody? Random Random Man here, aka RRM, bringing you another rapid movie review, aka RMR. And it is for Sly Lives, aka The Burden of Black Genius, in one take. Now, this documentary film focuses on and explores the life, career, and legacy of Sly and the Family Stone. Its frontman, Sly Stone, born Sylvester Stewart, has a lot of the focus here as well, to where he forms the band and becomes somewhat of a revolutionary figure in the world of music, with the genre bending and the fact that his group is an interracial band with both men and women in it, seen at the time when formed within the 1960s as something quite different and revolutionary, if you would. They are known for having such hit songs like Everyday People, Higher, and Sing a Simple Song, all of which I knew prior to seeing this documentary. What this documentary does give is a bunch of insight into how Sly himself is such a progressive fusion funk icon, and also the personal pitfalls that he had and the just all-around influence he had beyond himself as this guy who has so much in him in terms of illustrious thoughts on music, and just how much of a figure he was to everyone around him, the literal family he built with the Family Stone. And even in having today a lot of people look back and either sample his tracks or just take cues from what he has done. Notably, figures like Prince have a lot of Sly Stone in them. We get in between interviews from people that are either from the Family Stone band themselves, or even people who were influenced by Sly, such as Andre 3000 and Shaka Khan. Fittingly, or not fittingly, in many instances, given that Sly had a habit of either being late or being absent to a lot of things later in his career when he had a lot more issues to deal with, Sly himself is omitted from being interviewed in this documentary, to where we mainly see him interviewed either through voiceover narration from audio archive recordings or even old interviews from TV here. And I thought that that was an interesting choice, because we get to see the legacy further spread around, to where a lot of people outside of his circle and within his circle are talking about him and just how he was personally, and just all that he did in the time that he was making music, with the film's director having a lot to do with how this movie carries on with its flow. Questlove, or Amir Thompson as he's known, makes his second directorial effort here after having done 2021's Summer of Soul, which was not only my favorite documentary of that year, but straight up one of my favorite movies of that year period. And making a follow-up to that film where Sly and the Family Stone themselves were prominently featured, and having more of a central focus or thesis on the band themselves, and more specifically Sly Stone, I thought was fitting as well, because we get to see how much of a love letter this is to that figure, and it doesn't beat around the bush in a lot of areas too, to where we get to see how there is a lot that went with him and ultimately led to his downfall and becoming a recluse by the early 1990s. The movie is quick with how it presents itself as well. Running at just about an hour and 50 minutes, it flies by, and we do get a lot of details that we could have had either a bit more expansion upon, or just seeing how there could have been more pulled into this thing. But with such a compact package as this movie carries, I think that this movie did what it needed to do in a more than solid way. We could have a lot more of these kind of documentaries, and fitting for this month being Black History Month, happy Black History Month, and just having the great message that's spread around, like what Sly said once in Everyday People: we got to live together. And that's a great message that this movie carries, on top of showing how much of an icon he is. Now streaming on Hulu and Disney Plus, I definitely recommend it. With that, my final verdict for Sly Lives is 4 out of 5 stars. Thank you all, as always, for watching. Be sure to like this video, comment on what you thought of Sly Lives, social media links in the description, subscribe to my channel for more, and I'll catch you on the next movie review.